Lenovo's new IdeaPad Slim 7i Pro is one of the first laptops to arrive with Windows 11, and it ticks all the appropriate boxes when it comes to new laptop capabilities. First and foremost, it features a 90Hz display similar to Huawei's MateBook 14S, while Microsoft used high refresh rates with the Surface Laptop Studio and Surface Pro 8. The Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 7 is an all-aluminum notebook. The base and lid are both sturdy with only a slight flex when pressed hard enough. It's a laptop that can easily go with you, weighing 1.5 kg and measuring 14.9 mm thin. The Slim 7's design isn't showy. Instead, it concentrates on a high-quality build and a plethora of functions. For simpler opening, the lid features a ledge embossed with 7 series, and there are Lenovo emblems on the lid and palm rest. Aside from that, it has a slate gray surface that repels fingerprints well. While I've always admired Lenovo's laptops, I've always felt that the company's design on consumer devices is lacking. For example, the IdeaPad Slim 7i Pro is a fantastic all-around laptop, but it has a drab appearance. It's the same old slate gray hue we've seen before, so I won't go into detail about it. The lid is simply flat gray with a small Lenovo logo in the corner. I'm curious as to why the company's branding isn't more apparent. It tends to be flashier, while also providing free publicity for the OEM. The color of the IdeaPad Slim 7i Pro is slate gray, and the chassis is composed of aluminum, according to Lenovo. The machine features a more premium build than previous machines, such as the Swift 5 with less plastic and greater density. The lid is also slightly thicker than that laptop's, although having similar flex when forced. The screen is one of the core characteristics of the Slim 7i Pro. The 14-inch IPS panel boasts a higher resolution, taller aspect ratio, and faster refresh rate than the conventional thin and light laptop, making it a unique offering for one of the most important ways you'll interact with a computer. The screen has a 16:10 aspect ratio, rather than the more standard 16:9 ratio found on laptops. Lenovo claims that the Slim 7i Pro's touchscreen can reach 400 nits of peak brightness and covers 100% of the sRGB color gamut. The Swift 5, by comparison, claims 100% sRGB and 340 nits. Despite the tiny nit advantage, the Swift 5 screen was extremely reflective during my side-by-side comparison. Meanwhile, the IdeaPad screen was more resistant to reflections. When I use it outside, the screen remained bright. Although both panels claim the same amount of coverage, the Lenovo's images appeared to be more vivid. The scenes appeared more vibrant in movies with deeper oranges, rosier skin tones, and significantly stronger pinks, despite the fact that both delivered roughly the same degree of shadow detail. With your own eyes, it'll be difficult to tell the difference between 60 and 90 Hz. I'd recommend moving to at least 120 Hz for that. Again, the vibrant colors, brightness, and quality of the IdeaPad screen set it apart from the competition, making movies and graphics appear more lively. Of course, with all of the 16:9 stuff available, I had to deal with larger black bars, but that's something I can get accustomed to. As laptops get thinner, many lose their extensive port options, but the Slim 714 is an exception. A USB-C connector for data and the AC adapter is on the left, along with HDMI 2.0, Thunderbolt 3, and a 3.5mm audio jack. Dual USB A 3.2 ports are joined by a micro SD card reader on the right side. It appears to be a UHS-I reader with read and write rates of up to 30 megabytes per second after testing. Most people should be fine with the built-in connectivity, but if you need more, you could always add one of the finest Thunderbolt 3 docks. There is no Ethernet. However, there is Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5. Lenovo makes effective use of the space around the keyboard rather than squeezing speakers into the bottom of the laptop. On either side of the keys, a 2-watt speaker is mounted. Audio is surprisingly good with Dolby Atmos, and it can be tweaked for different needs. When listening to music, the audio increases louder without distortion, and the talk comes through clearly. More bass would be nice, but that's to be expected with Ultrabook speakers. The keyboard and touchpad on the IdeaPad Slim 714 make effective use of the available space. The touchpad is a good size for the laptop, and the glass surface is comfortable to use when pointing. Precision drivers give all of the essential Windows 10 gestures and shortcuts, and clicks are solid. The keys are spaced adequately on the keyboard, which includes a 3-stage white LED lighting. I had no trouble typing millions of words because the presses are all the same. The only thing to keep in mind is that the key travel isn't as deep as it is on most ThinkPads. While bottoming out while typing isn't painful, it will take some time to adjust if you're coming from a keyboard with deep keys. Lenovo claims that the Slim 7i Pro can last up to 21 hours and 36 minutes without needing to be recharged. This is based on local video playback testing, which used a PC with a resolution of 1080p, a brightness of 150 nits, the default volume level, and Windows 10. The battery life number drops to 19 hours while using the Mobile Mark 14 benchmark. Even so, that's more than Acer claims you'll get. The Swift 5 is predicted to last up to 17 hours and 15 hours, utilizing Mobile Mark 2014, according to video playback test findings. Acer's battery testing does not include any additional variables, such as brightness. When we put the Surface Pro 8 through the PC Mark Modern Office battery life test at 200 nits, it lasted 9 hours. MSI claims that the E13 Flip Eagle can run for up to 20 hours, although it doesn't specify what testing circumstances were utilized to arrive at that figure. Take Dell's XPS 13 9310's promise of up to 14 hours and 11 minutes with a grain of salt because it has some different features than the version we tested. The Slim 7i Pro comes with a 65W adapter and can be charged via either of its Thunderbolt 4 connections. The Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 7i Pro is touted as a mid-range laptop with a premium price tag, and it more than lives up to the latter. Its build quality is a little lacking and its battery life is average, but its performance is respectable. And its display is superb for the machine's class. It's a nice-looking laptop that's a reasonable size and looks excellent, even if it's not very well designed. The new features, such as the user presence detection technology, are great additions that increase the value of the product. The IdeaPad Slim 7i Pro is a good entry to the 14-inch clamshell market, and thanks to its excellent display, it carves out a healthy space for itself.